So currently I have made a huge amount of videos. And now I have to do the paperwork of sorting stuff, collecting stuff, moving data back and forth. And speaking of data, that's the reason you hear the freaking turbine over here doing its job. I swear to you, this is probably the best machine I've ever purchased in my entire life. I wish I could have gone back to the older version of me or the younger version of me and told that younger me, hey, get the 15-inch. Don't get the 13. I don't know if I'll ever talk about what I've done to this completely, but it's amazing, number one. Number two, it could have been even better if I had known what I know now. So, this is not about the machine. It's not about the 3.1 thumb drive that's plugged in there. This is about Sketchbook Pro and Procreate. I say Sketchbook Pro first only because I learned to draw on a tablet using Sketchbook Pro first. Okay, so it is technically I put it as my foundation for digital drawing with a tablet, digital drawing with a stylus. That is my base for actually getting these things completed. With Sketchbook Pro is awesome. You can tell there's very different from Procreate, because Procreate is designed to only work on a iOS of some type, either an iPad or an iPhone. Doesn't do Android, doesn't do anything else. And I like that, but sometimes you wish it could do a little bit more. Am I gonna cry about that? No, because it puts it in its own perspective. It makes it controllable. I think that's the best way to say it. It makes it something you can control if it's in a small venue like that. And I know the developers are absolutely loving it because they're like, we don't have to deal with all the other coding. Now, Sketchbook has for a very, very, very long time claimed that they would not do animation of any type. And then one day they turned around and did animation. And I was like, oh my God, I gotta get this. I gotta get it. And I got it. And once I got it, I didn't get it. It was like weird. And even today, I know how to use it a little bit. I can create stuff on it. But when I create stuff on it, it usually looks like this. Wherever it's going, this is a new position, so you don't really get it. I don't know where everything is. I don't know where my empty space is. I could be in the dead center, I don't know. But that's the weird thing about this motion. That's what they call it. They call it motion. Now, it used to be together with Sketchbook, but it ended up being too much, I guess. So they split it into two different apps. One app is called Motion, Sketchbook Motion. The other one is called plain old Sketchbook Pro. And I always made weird things with that. And then Procreate, who at some point said, hey, we don't do animation. Then one day they started doing Liquify and a couple other things. And eventually, now that 5.0 Plus is out there, they're doing animation. And when I first turned it on and tried the animation, I was like, I don't get it. I don't know what's going on. And it took me a few hours and some YouTube videos to figure out how they did the frame thing. And I thought it was the craziest and not the best way to handle it. But then it got better. And I realized, okay, so for this to work, this is the only way you can do it. I kind of get it. They want you to draw, do. It's a back and forth thing. I've seen some very creative work. I've experimented with it. And I have to say, as opposed to Sketchbook Pro, Procreate handles animation better. Procreate is giving you all of your drawing tools up front, whereas Sketchbook Pro is giving you a totally different application or app so that you have to compromise all of your artistic tools to make the motion part work. And that's not good. Procreate instead gives you all of your drawing tools, and they've added the ability to animate in between. I think because of that, I am getting better animation stuff out of Procreate. This is what I've done in Procreate. I don't want to talk and pause too much more. As you can tell, the turbine is still working. So these projects, hopefully you can't see what I'm working on, but this is like for another channel that I'm working on. Bunch of thumbs. Having a blast. Oh, drag test. Coughing. That's the end of this video. Don't catch fire.